Have you ever loved someone so much you'd destroy them just to get yourself back? If you genuinely enjoy our stories, please subscribe to the channel. Tell us where you're from and what time it is right now. It's always fascinating to know how far our story flows. The weight of the sapphire necklace on my son's graduation program felt heavier than any truth I'd ever known. It was identical to the one my wife Sarah was wearing right now, brilliant blue stone winking under the auditorium lights. She was sitting 2 rows ahead, laughing with her sister, completely oblivious. The receipt crumpled in my pocket was from a high-end jeweler on Michigan Avenue. The buyer? Not me. His name was Julian Vance, a name that had haunted my nights for the last 6 months. Our story, like so many others, started with small cracks. Sarah started working late. Client dinners, she'd say, her voice just a little too bright. She guarded her phone like it held state secrets. One night, I saw a text pop up on her screen while she was in the shower. It was from Julian. Last night was incredible. Can't stop thinking about you. My world tilted. The air left my lungs. The man I knew, the loving husband, died in that moment. What replaced him was something colder, more calculating. I started digging. It wasn't hard. She was careless, arrogant in her deception. I found receipts for hotels I'd never been to, like the one for a weekend at the Langham Chicago spa retreat with the girls, she had told me. I found emails, flowery and descriptive, detailing their rendezvous at places we used to love, quiet corner table at Gibson's, a moonlit walk along North Avenue Beach. Each discovery was a fresh stab to the heart. The pain was immense, a physical ache that settled deep in my chest. I cried in my car during my lunch break, parked by the Lincoln Park Zoo, roaring with a silent agony that mirrored the caged lions. Her personality shifted. The warm, affectionate woman I married was replaced by a cold, critical stranger. "You're getting paunchy, Mark," she'd say, poking my stomach. "Julian's really into fitness." She said his name with a casual cruelty, as if she wanted me to know, wanted to see me squirm. She'd compare me to him constantly, my job, my car, the way I dressed. It was a slow, methodical dismantling of my self-worth. One evening, I confronted her. I asked her point blank if she was seeing someone. She laughed. A sharp, ugly sound. "Are you serious?" "You're being paranoid, Mark. Maybe you should talk to someone. You seem so insecure lately." Gaslighting 101, she made me feel like I was the crazy one. That was the turning point. The sadness curdled into a cold, hard rage. I wasn't just going to leave. I was going to burn her world to the ground, just as she had burned mine. I hired the best divorce attorney in Chicago, a shark named Eleanor Vance, no relation, ironically. On her advice, I became a ghost. I stopped confronting Sarah. I became the doting, oblivious husband again. I brought her coffee in bed, complimented her new dresses, the ones I knew Julian had bought for her. I played the long game. I gathered evidence meticulously, logged every text, every email, every receipt. I even hired a private investigator who got photos of them kissing outside his Gold Coast apartment. I documented how she moved our joint savings into a private account. I had everything. Eleanor was thrilled. "This is airtight, Mark. We're not just going for a divorce. We're going for everything." The trap was set. The final piece was our son, Alex's high school graduation. It was supposed to be a day of family pride. For me, it was Judgment Day. The day before, I'd accidentally forwarded an email to Sarah's entire family, her boss, and our circle of friends. It was a simple email with a link to a password-protected website I'd created. The password was set to be sent out via a scheduled text message right in the middle of the graduation ceremony. The website was a digital monument to her betrayal photos, screenshots of texts, hotel receipts, even a scanned copy of the jeweler's receipt for the very necklace she planned to wear. As Alex's name was called, my phone vibrated. The password was sent. I watched from the back row as one by one phones began to light up in the dim auditorium. I saw Sarah's sister's face pale. Her mother's jaw dropped. A low murmur spread through the rows where our friends and her colleagues were sitting. Sarah, radiant and proud just moments before, looked around, her smile faltering as she saw the looks of shock and disgust aimed at her. Her phone buzzed. She looked down. I saw her hand tremble, the blood drain from her face. She knew. She looked up, her eyes scanning the crowd, and finally they landed on me. There was no anger in my expression, no triumph, just an empty calm. I gave her a small, slow nod. The life we built together, her reputation, her carefully constructed world, all of it, turned to ash in a single public moment. She stood up, stumbling over feet, and fled the auditorium, the sapphire necklace bouncing against her collarbone like a mark of shame. After the ceremony, Alex came to me, his eyes full of questions and hurt. I just held him. We didn't need words. Later that evening, I drove to our empty house on the North Shore. I walked through the silent rooms, packed a single bag, and left the keys on the kitchen counter. I didn't look back. Driving away, I passed the park where we had our first date, the Chicago skyline, a glittering, indifferent backdrop. The city lights blurred through my tears, not of sadness, but of release. Now all that remains of her in my life is the quiet hum of the empty passenger seat,